So this next segment is really all about case acceptance and how can we improve our case acceptance. But it's really more about how can we, as humans, this is how I think about it, make a stronger connection with other people, and how can we do so in a way that's very authentic and real, that we don't feel like we're selling anything, and how can we overcome feeling that we are being objection blocked, right? Again, we spoke about that this morning. If people always are telling us no, how do we feel? If every time I invite you to come out with me and I'm like, hey, we're going to go out to dinner, are you coming? And you're my friend, you're like, I can't come tonight. And I ask you again the next week, can you come out to dinner? I can't come tonight. Eventually, I'm going to stop asking, right? Well, that's exactly why our team members and ourselves as doctors are not communicating, because people are rejecting us and we don't like how it feels. So I've been in dentistry a long time. I practiced clinically for 20 years. And I remember going to conference after conference after conference trying to understand case acceptance and trying to understand, like, how can I, in my own practice, be able to make that actual connection with people where the next logical step would be for them to actually get their work done. And then as the years came on and I started coaching and helping practices, it was a problem that I really wanted to solve, to be able to help them. And so I started on this path of studying psychology, studying human connection, neurolinguistic programming, sales, and what I discovered is that there's actually frameworks that can be used to make that happen, but it's something that I had not learned yet, and that my team members had not learned yet, and that my colleagues in dentistry had not learned yet. And so I started to hire people, because that's what I do, to give me shortcuts. And I hired a few to teach me NLP. And in particular, I remember going out to visit this guy in California. His name is Cole Hatter. And he teaches real estate agents how to sell real estate. And he also has a big conference, and he does things, and it's like Make Money Matter through impact. So there were some core value alignments as well. So I flew out to his house in Orange County, and I said, I want to learn this stuff because I want to be able to create frameworks for my industry that will allow me to be able to have our team members be able to communicate without feeling like they're selling. And so when I came back, I started to create these frameworks. And remember, frameworks, like I spoke about earlier, are kind of like gravity. They're principles that if we follow them, they work. And I'm really excited because when we started using these frameworks in my practice, everything changed. And one of my doctors was really good at connection and getting case acceptance really high, and one of my associates wasn't. And after she started to use the frameworks, everything changed. When we started to train on Perio Protect in my practice, we started to do like little role playing with the frameworks with Perio Protect as a team. And because of that, we were able to heal way more people. And so we're going to be sharing some of these frameworks with you, and I'd like to actually take some time and have a few people come up and volunteer, and we can do a little bit of laser coaching. Because a lot of times what happens is that we come to a seminar like this, and we get excited about learning things. But the fact is that you don't learn how to ride a bike in a seminar. You learn how to ride a bike by getting on the bike and falling down and making corrections. And the same thing in our business, right? We don't learn how to run our business in 4 hours or a 3-hour lecture. It takes time. It takes a year, maybe, or years. And it's nice when we can have course correction, because sometimes what we hear when we go to do it is not quite how It was intended for us to do it. So we're going to do a little coaching up here. Is that okay? Yes? Awesome. Good stuff. So we're going to be doing 2 frameworks today. There's a lot of frameworks, but for today we're going to focus on 2 frameworks. And if you can implement these, you're going to see massive change in your practice on Monday. All right? The first thing that we want to do is we want to think about what happens when a new patient comes in. Okay? So when a new patient comes in, it's always great to, first of all, welcome them. Hi, I'm Dr. Holmes. It's amazing to see you. How was your experience so far today? That's the first thing I ask, right? Or tell me a little bit about you. Who are you? You know, tell me a little bit about you. Let me tell you a little bit about us. How was your experience today? Did you like the warm peppermint scented towel? Did you like the coffee? Did you like the tour? Did you read our coffee table culture book and see what we're doing in the community? We know that when we take a little time and we focus on your experience, you're going to have a better one. So many people are afraid to go to the dentist, right? So we connect with people. My hygienist asked that question. I asked that question. The front desk asked that question. And by the end of it, we can say, how was your experience? It was great. I had a tour. Would you do me a huge favor? Would you be willing to allow us to take a little video of you sharing your experience? There are so many people that are afraid to go to the dentist. Pause. It just might change someone's life. There's pause. There's intention. They say, yes, not a Facebook Live, just a video. If they don't like it, we do it again. We can use that in our marketing. That's probably how Mr. Chen found me. But we connect first. Not, oh, let me take a look at your mouth. No, let's connect first. Let's build some rapport. Okay? And then the next thing that I say is, question for you. What are your goals for your teeth, your mouth, and your smile? What are your goals? So it could be their teeth, right? Maybe they have chip fillings. Maybe they have a peg lateral. Maybe they have a dark at the gum line. Your mouth could be maybe their gums are bleeding. Maybe food is catching. Their smile could be that they're crooked. When I ask that question, it's whatever it means to them. For them, teeth might be their issue. For them, smile might be their issue. I've asked an open-ended question so it will resonate, and they will hear the one that resonates, and they won't hear the others, perhaps. So we ask them, what are your goals for your teeth, your smile, and your mouth? So they may say, well, I have a chip filling right here, and it's bothering me. Okay. What else? Well, food is getting stuck right here. Okay. Anything else? Well, and that's the third level of why. Well, you know what? I've never really liked my smile. When I was a little girl, I was on a school bus, and there was a little boy next to me, and he teased me about my teeth. And so I've never really liked my smile, but I haven't been able to fix it because my kids were my priority. Okay. Let me see if I've got this correctly. So we're going to restate. So there's a chip filling right here that you don't like, and there's food catching right here, and you overall just don't like the look of your smile. Is that correct? What does that show? I'm listening. Another question for you. Why is this important to you? When we ask why this is important, what do we get to? People's emotions. their where or why. Why is this important to you? Because every time I go out to dinner, I have to have a toothpick picking food out, and that's embarrassing. Every time I smile, I wonder if people are judging me. Why is this important to you? No, like really, really why? And it's okay to be like, can we get real for a minute? Like, do you guys feel the energy in this room, even though there's a lot of people in here? Because I'm just like, can we just get real for a minute? And you probably got more vulnerable, some of you, than you normally would do in a dental meeting. Because I gave you permission to be real for a minute. Right? Can we get real for a minute? Why is this important to you? Add that in. Can we get real for a minute? Why is this important to you? And they tell you the truth. And they get to the emotions. And so now we can restate that. And we can say, this is what you have. This is what you want. The next question is, do you want us to help you with this? So this is what you have. You have a filling that's cracked. You have food that's here, that's catching, and you have a smile that you want to improve. And why this is important to you is because finally you're going to be able to go out and not have to worry about food getting caught. Finally, you're going to be able to go out and have that confidence to be able to smile. Finally, you're going to be able to chew and not have to worry about the tooth cracking and being embarrassed by the look of that smile. Because that's the truth, right? And so the next question is, do you want us to help? Do you want me to help you with this? And the answer is yes. And the answer is yes. And so when we start looking at how do we communicate with our patients, it's really important for us, before we even start talking about the teeth, is to understand what they want. And now when we start building out our treatment plan, we already know that they want to fix this. We already know that food is catching, and so we can say, you know what, let's talk about how we're going to help you. All right? What we can do is we can go ahead and do a filling on here. We can do something that's relatively inexpensive. This can be done today. It can be fixed today. The next thing that we're going to address is the food catching. And the reason why we don't want that to happen is that that's going to lead to cavities, which can lead to all sorts of things, right? Can lead to you losing your tooth. And so what we're going to recommend there is we're going to recommend clear aligners, right? And that's going to be able to fix that, right? And you can build out your treatment plan. And now you're in a position where they have stated that they want it, right? The next question that they may say is, I'd love to do that, but let's talk about the money part. Is that what you're thinking? Like, that's great, but what about the money part? All right, that framework is not on here, but let me just give you a little bonus one, all right? So when we talked about earlier the profit margins, remember we talked about profit margins? And we're talking about how can we maximize our profit? One thing that I didn't talk about was that we can maximize our profit if we start doing our treatment in fewer visits, okay? So if we have 7 fillings and we do it over 4 visits, like 2, 2, and 1, what that means is that we're using 4 cups, we're using 4 needles, 4 cotton tip applicators for our topical, right? And if we're able to do it in 1 visit, what happens? Our overhead for supplies that month shrinks significantly, doesn't it? So we really want to get to the point where we're doing more treatment and fewer visits. And that's how I help a lot of practices who are on PPOs to be able to be profitable, right? Just by saying, let's try to do it in 1 visit so we can maximize our profitability, all right? And so typically what we will want to do as well is when we do our treatment plans and present treatment plans, we want to be able to do the same thing. We want to be able to do as much treatment in 1 visit. And so we'll say something like, and we're going to do the treatment. This is the treatment we recommend, and this is the fee. Now, here's the thing. Most of our patients like to do their treatment in 1 or 2 visits. Why? Because either they're a business owner and they own their own business, or they work for a company, they have a job, or they're self-employed. And it's really hard for them to come for 3, 4, 5, 6 visits. I know if I had to be away and go to the dentist 6 times, it would be really hard, right? And so we listen to our patients. And so what we do is we typically will do, if we can, for your type of treatment, we'd like to do it in 2 visits. Or we like to give patients that opportunity because we know that it's easier for them. Is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to do this in 1 visit? What are they going to say? Money. I already know that. Okay? This is psychology. This is frameworks. And I'd say most of our patients are just like you. They don't have the ability. Most of our patients are just like you. They don't have the ability to do this out of pocket in 1 visit. But how they're able to do it anyway is because, number 1, they may have a credit card. Maybe even a 0-interest credit card. And so they're able to go ahead and get it done, and they pay it off over time. What other patients choose to do is that maybe they don't have a credit card, or maybe don't have that option, and so we can just help you. We've created a way to be able to help you where you can pay it off a little bit over time, a little bit every month. Or what other patients choose to do is, yes, they do it in multiple visits, and what's really great is we can pre-book all of your appointments ahead of time, so you get priority of day and time. Now, obviously, if you miss one of those appointments, we'd have to make a different arrangement, but our patients love this. Which of these 3 options do you choose? Which of these options do you choose? And they say, well, tell me a little bit about number 2. Tell me a little bit about the financing. I said, great. And I don't say we have a program called whatever, Care Credit, Alpheon, Patient Fi. We just say we have a program, right? I went to get a mortgage on a house recently. They weren't like, oh, I've got a program called XYZ Mortgage Company. It was just like, here's a figure. This is how much it'll be every month. This is the company that's going to help provide that for you, right? A confused mind does nothing, and why people go home and say, let me go and talk to my husband, is because they haven't figured out yet which one of those 3 they're going to choose. A confused mind does nothing. They're confused. We need to give them the solutions of what other people are able to do to make it happen, and now they see that can happen for them. And we empathize with them when we say most of our patients are like you, and that lets them know it's normal that most people can't afford to pay it out of pocket. But this is how other people are doing it, so one of those 3 options will work for them, right? And they're able to get it done, which is great. And that shows that we're helping them. My office manager loves her job. She's our financial coordinator because she finds solutions to help people to heal. And she loves that. She's providing, here's what other people are doing. Which one of these 3? Because I want to help you. We're going to find a way to make this happen. We're going to find a way. Even if you have to start with 1 thing, right? Or let's see if we can just get this where you can pay a little bit over time. So that's a bonus strategy. Is that helpful for you guys? Yes? Awesome. All right. So that's our first framework. And this next framework is one that we spoke a little bit about earlier, but I'm going to break it down for you. And this is first asking a question. Okay? Anyone ever been to Chick-fil-A or like a Chinese restaurant in the mall, and they're like, would you like to have a sample of this chicken? Yes? And you take the what? You take the chicken, and next thing you know, you're buying Chick-fil-A. Is it just me? Right? So when you ask someone a question and they say yes, that means that they're now listening. Okay? So we ask a question. There's something that we can do to prevent those bleeding gums. There's something that we can do to make your mouth, your breath fresher. Would you like to learn more? There's something that we can do to reduce that puffiness. There's something that we can do to make you healthier. Would you like to learn more? What is the answer going to be every time? Yes. Great. And we talk to you like you're a 5-year-old. Great. It's called Perio Protect Trays. And how it works is that we give you trays, kind of like whitening trays. And once we do, the bleeding is going to be reduced. The gums are going to be healthier, and it will reduce your chances of getting a cavity it'll reduce your chances of having surgery by up to 70%. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Insurance does not always cover this. But why our patients choose to do it anyway is because, number one, it's a fraction of the cost, or it doesn't cost a lot of money. Right? So in the sealant example, it was a fraction of the cost of a filling. And this example is, and this is the thing with the objections. What does everybody want? 3 things. Can we all agree? Number one, we want to make more money, or we want to save money. We want to get our time back. I'm 47. I wish I was 37. It's not happening. All right? We want to get our time back, or we want to save time. Everybody wants peace of mind. So if we can now cover all 3 of those buckets when we're talking about the benefits, right? Then now we're going to have better case acceptance. So for the sealant example, it's just a fraction of the cost of a filling. It only takes 5 minutes, so that's the time. The other one is money, and it'll give you peace of mind that you don't have to worry about getting a cavity. Perio Protect. The great thing is it doesn't take a lot of time. You just wear it for a short period of time every day. It doesn't cost a lot of money versus the major and significant benefits that you're going to get, not only to your mouth, but to your health. Because that's the thing. $800 is not a lot of money. You guys know that $800 is not a lot of money? It's not. That is a belief, okay? People have an iPhone and they pay $800 for an iPhone or more. Everybody can afford an iPhone. They can afford to save their health. So stop saying insurance is not going to cover it. We shouldn't talk about it, right? They can afford it. They can, right? And it gives you that peace of mind. So those are the benefits, okay? And again, when we're talking to our patients, please stop technobabbling people. Do you know what technobabble is? It's like talking about it and you say, well, what we're going to do is it's going to get in and it's going to prevent the bacteria from doing this and all of this. And then again, like you start talking about sealants and you're like, well, we're going to paint it into the grooves of the teeth and then it's going to go into the fissures and like, what is that? Like, that's confusing. So we always want to explain every process, whether it's going to be a sleep appliance, whether it's going to be a clear aligner, whether it's going to be a Perio Protect tray. Explain it like you talk to a 5-year-old. Now you're not confusing people, okay? Put out the resistance, and when you put out the resistance, we no longer have fear that people are going to reject us. You guys are understanding the psychology of what I'm saying with the framework? Okay? But pull back. People like to be like other people. Just like in the other example when we said, here's how other patients are able to fit it into their budgets anyway. Here's how other people are able to. Basically what I'm saying is, this is what you need to do. Right? You either need to give us a credit card, no, but I don't. Right? I say, here's how other people are able to get it done. And if they're able to do it, this is how you can do it. Right? Why our patients are choosing other people. You know, when they say, well, your crowns are more than everybody else's crowns, or your fees are more than everybody else's fees, or you're on PPO, your fee for service and I can go to the other doctor over there and they take my insurance. You know how you objection block that? You just say, here's why our patients are choosing us. Here's why our patients love us. Because number one, we give them the time. Right? We give people that peace of mind that we're not going to rush so much. That things are going to be done right the first time. So you're not going to have to come back. That's why people love us. Okay, well, I want to go to you then, because I want you to give me the time. It's psychology, it's verbal skills. Right? That's what we have to do when we want to go fee for service. Yes, that's correct. Because we don't want to see 50 patients a day. We don't want to see 20 patients a day. So we can cover our operating expenses of being a business and take care of our team members and their families. We don't want to be like everybody else that's seeing 50 patients a day or not being able to invest in the best quality equipment and best quality materials to put in your mouth and your body. Yes, we choose to be different. We do. And this is why our patients love us for it. Be confident. Powerful. Okay? Have a call to action. Sometimes and this is a marketing term, a call to action, which is like, here's your next step. Okay? We need to have a call to action. What is your next step? Don't just say we can do Invisalign or we can do Perio Protect Trays. No, you want to start something today if you can. Or let them know what is their next step, right? We have time today to get started with your scan. We have time today while you're already here, which means I don't have to come back and figure out when I'm going to come back. You're already here to start your scan. Would you like to get started with X today? Is this helpful? Awesome. So we have a little bit of time. Who would like to come up and do a little coaching? Yes. And we need another volunteer. Let me just say this. I am always the volunteer. Every time I go to a course, because I want to learn everything I can learn out of that opportunity. So thank you. Let's give them a hand for volunteering. Awesome. The microphone was in the back. Can we have that microphone back up in the front? If we can, that would be awesome. What is your name and what is your role in the practice and where is your practice?
Tatiana in Steamboat Springs.
All right, let's get close. Can we get close for a minute?
I'm not loud. Tatiana McCalla with McCrate Progressive Dentistry in Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Colorado. Let's give it up for her.
I am Anna Nierenberg. I'm also with McCrate Progressive Dentistry in Steamboat Springs, and I'm the office leader and lead assistant.
Awesome. This is great. Thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, so we're going to use the framework, and we're going to be talking about Perio Protect. Okay, so we need one person who's going to be the patient, and we need one person who's going to be the person talking about Perio Protect. And it could be anybody in the practice, right? We already learned this morning that it takes the whole team's effort, right? And this is what I did with my team. We did coaching just like this in a circle, and we went through the framework, and everybody was just role-playing to make sure that everybody was really saying what we needed them to say, and they weren't techno-babbling, any of that stuff. Okay, so who's going to be the provider? And you'll be the patient. Awesome. You ready? Okay, let's go. And the framework is there if you need to cheat.
So is there something we can do? Is there something?
And just take a minute to organize. So the first part of it is that there's something that we can do and then name what your problem you're trying to solve. So stop the bleeding, reduce your teeth from getting even longer. What are the other ones, guys? What are the other benefits?
Whitening.
Bad breath. There's something that we can do to whiten your teeth and prevent bad breath. Whiten your teeth and prevent bleeding. What else, guys? What are the other benefits? Sorry? That's a great one. There's something that we can do to protect your implant investment. Guys, write these down. Okay, thank you. Because guess what? This is how I lead my team. I don't have all of the answers. I would not have given that one. I didn't think about that. Okay, so thank you for that. And when we coach and lead our teams, as a doctor, it's okay to admit that we don't have all of the answers, but as a group, we can come up with better answers and better solutions, right? All right, so protect our implant investment. What else? Any other ones? Sorry? All right, great. There's something that we can do to protect your full mouth restoration investment. Would you like to learn more? What else? There was another one back there. I just can't hear you there. Reduce your risk of heart disease. There's something that we can do to reduce your, so when you're doing your patient medical history, and depending on what they state, we can go back to the medical history, right? There's something that we can do to reduce your risk of heart attack or stroke. Would you like to learn more? Yes. Any other ones? What? Reduce bone loss? Yes. Whiten your teeth? Yes. And I would say whiten your teeth while, because because there is another solution for whitening their teeth. So I would always say that whiten your teeth while while protecting your implant investment. You'd stack them on top of each other is even more powerful, right? That's awesome. All right, so you have an idea of what these are now. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
There is something that we can do to correct your bleeding gums and also whiten your teeth. Would you like to learn more?
Of course.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. Hold it up a little higher. Oh, sorry. Great. It's called Perio Protect Trace.
Great. Perio Protect Trace is something that we can do for you, and once it's done, you will see improvements not only in your gums, but you'll have fresher breath and whiter teeth.
Great. You guys realized that was like perfect, right? Like she was talking to a 5-year-old, real simple, no techno babble, just real simple. Great. That was great. Awesome.
Now, here's the thing. Insurance doesn't always cover it. But what we found is that in the future,
Nope.
you will... Oh.
And now these two have to be linked. Here's the thing. Insurance doesn't always cover it.
But why our patients choose to do it anyway is because in the future, you are protecting the investment that you have already put in.
So that's going to save them money. Okay, can we do a time one?
It's going to cost a fraction of the cost of periodontal surgery, and it only takes minutes right now in our office to complete a scan.
Oh, she's a rock star. You're a boss. All right.
We have time today to get started. Would you like to get started with your scanning today?
That was great. Good job. Can we give her a round of applause? That was awesome. You did great. You did great. You did great. All right, your turn now, so we're going to switch it.
Are we going to stick with the same?
Yes, it's the same thing, and it's just your time now. You're the provider, and she's the patient.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
There is something we could do for your...
That's okay. You're good. All right, so at this point, we're going to there's something that we can do to protect your implant investment. There's something that we can do to protect your veneer. Just whatever it is, right? We can protect your, right? Or there's something that we can do to prevent bleeding while whitening your teeth. So any one of those benefits would be what we would put in there.
Okay, there is something we could do to protect your veneers. What would you like to learn more about that?
Yes.
Every single time. The answer is always going to be.
What if they say no?
So they might say no. They might say no. You know why they might say no? Okay, believe in Perio Protect are going to say no, but they might say no to a veneer, okay? So if somebody has a peg lateral, I might say something like, there's something that we can do to close up that space. Would you like to learn more? And they may say no. My mom had this, my auntie has this, my grandma has this. I'm good with this. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't be me. Great. Isn't it better that we've asked them that instead of the last 20 dentists that says, you know, we can close up that space, and they're freaking annoyed, and they're like, oh my God, if another person asked me to close up that space, because that's what they're thinking, right? But we've asked them, there's something that we can do. Would you like to? We're asking them, are you giving me permission to talk about it? And they say, no, we're good. Great. You're good. Awesome. And if they say no, it's okay. Not a problem. If you ever want to talk about it, we're here. It's fine. But I think how we ask the question, again, if they have implants and we ask that question, the answer is pretty much always going to be yes. All right, so we can let's start from the beginning. We'll start over. Sorry about that. I just had to clear that up. All right, so let's start again. There's something we can do.
There's something we could do to, do you want me to use that example, the gap?
Whatever you want. No, not the gap, because that would be, we're focusing on Perio Protect.
Okay.
All right, so, yeah.
There's something we could do for your periodontal disease. Would you like to learn more?
Yes.
Great.
It's called a Perio Protect trace, and how it works is,
A Perio Protect tray system is something we can offer, and once it's done, you'll see strong gum health, fresher breath, etc.
do it again. It's coaching,
Yeah. No,
right?
great.
And I want you to win on this.
Okay.
All right, so let's do it again. Great, it's called Perio trace, and how it works is,
Great. It's called Perio trays, and how it works is do you go over the system? Sorry, I was kind of.
that's okay.
pushing with-
You're all good. You're all good. And that's just great. And this is really hard for her. And by the way, to be in the front and volunteer in front of all of these people.
Tia's also only been with us for 3 weeks.
Yeah, so
Oh
it
my
probably
gosh.
wasn't the best.
Let's give her a clap. Even more. Even more. But guess what happens? When she goes back to the practice, she's going to be a frickin' winner on this. Chicken dinner. All right?
I'm also a golden retriever, so.
This is great. But guess what? We're all good, right? We are all good because we're all here to help each other, just like in our practice, right? Which is why the first hour I had to talk about what I had to talk about. Because when this happens in our practice and somebody's nervous or they're a golden retriever and they're new, it is what it is, right? They can feel vulnerable enough to say, coach me, and I'm going to learn, and they're going to grow, and we're going to help and heal more people, right? So thank you, and we're going to do this. Let's do it. Great. It's called, and you may not know all of the benefits yet, so we'll help you, and she'll help you because she did a great job, all right? So great. It's called Perio trays, and can you coach her?
It's called Perio trays, and it's Perio Protect trays, and it's something that we can start today, and once it's done, you'll see significant improvement in your gum health and also your overall health.
So you can try to rephrase that to the best of your ability.
Okay, great. Perio Protect trays is something we can do today to help improve your health in your mouth and overall health.
Awesome. And you guys see what I just did? I delegated the coaching to a member of my team to another member of my team because she did a great job, and she has more experience, and that's okay. So I delegated the coaching to somebody else, and now she's a leader. And that makes her feel good because she's able to help somebody. Right? This is how I coach my teams in my practices. Like, you don't have to do all of the things. You elevate your people to be a leader, and they can help each other. It's awesome. Thank you. All right, next one. Great job. Okay, now here's the thing.
Now here's the thing, insurance doesn't always cover it. But why our patients choose to do it anyways is because
And some of the benefits, again, are, let's help her out.
A fraction of the cost of, if we're talking implants, of redoing an implant in the future. Or other.
That was great. Speak that in the microphone.
If we're talking about implants, it only costs a fraction of the cost to replace the implant in the future, or even lose the implant and never be able to do it again.
Right, so that's money, and it's all in the time that it would take to do again. That gives you time and money, doesn't it? And the time it would, so that would cover both in one. And it will give you peace of mind that,
Am I answering your question?
yeah, she can coach you through that.
And it'll give you peace of mind that your investment that you've already done is secure.
Very good. What is your role in the practice?
Office leader.
She's the director of first impressions, but
She is. Very, very good. We have time.
We have time today to get you started. Would you like to get started with your Perio trains today?
Awesome.
Yes.
Good stuff. Can we give them both a round of applause? Good job. Good job. I'm excited for you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
excited.
just started. Like, oh God.
And how brave of her to volunteer.
made the meeting, seriously, because again, Anna said, we just hired, is it 3 weeks now?
3 weeks.
And we just said last week, I mean, the flight was whatever, we're like, you know what? We have value in a team being here, you're going.
Yeah, and I'm new to dental. I'm a real estate broker, so it's like a whole different world that I am not used to. So.
And it's all good. And she's going to win. Yeah. That's good. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Can we get 2 more volunteers? Come to the front. 1 more volunteer. Awesome. Thank you very much. And guys, you see the leadership that I just put in. I like to break down what I do, why I do it, and how I do it. Right? I think she feels empowered now that she's new and it's okay to learn. Right? And so as we are leading our teams, it's important for them to feel that it's okay not to know everything. There's a lot of things I don't know. There's a lot of things my team knows that I don't know. I wouldn't have come up with protect your implant investment. That was great. And acknowledge others for having ideas that you never thought about. And say, guys, that's the reason why we got to do this as a team, because I wouldn't have even thought about that. That's amazing. What does that do on my team when she speaks up and I validate that she had an idea that I didn't know about? That gives everybody else permission to do the same and contribute and know that they're valued. That's what a leader does in a business. Doctors, we don't have to do everything. Office managers, we don't. We can do it collectively. That's how we grow faster. Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, who's going to be the patient? You'll both be the patient. Who's going to be the patient first?
Sure. Oh yeah, what's your name? What's your name and where are you from?
Oh, thank you very much. You see, she's doing my job here. Thank you very. All right, let's do that again. I'm just delegating out. Tell me your name, where you're from, and your role in the practice.
My name is Kristen. My name is Kristen. I'm from Ankeny, Iowa, and I'm a treatment coordinator and team lead.
Awesome. Let's hear it up for Kristen.
Hi, my name is Taylor Nealis, and I am from Northern Michigan, Sheboygan to be exact, and I am a dental hygienist.
Awesome. All right, let's go.
There is something we can do to help with your gum health today. Would you like to learn more?
Sure.
Great. A great way that we can help with this is Perio Protect trays. And once it's done, you're going to see improvement and you may have some whitening and may prevent some future restorations.
Okay, so I'm going to coach you on this, and I know you're nervous, and thank you again for being up here. You were braver than like 80 other people today, all right? We want to have certainty, so we never want to say may or could. Does it do it or not, right? This is what's going to happen, right? When we go in with confidence, then now people hear and feel our confidence. If we say it might, or it may, or it could, then obviously they'll be like, could it not, right? So let's do that again, okay? So let's actually start from the beginning. There's something that we can do.
There is something we can do to prevent your gum loss, or
That's okay. You're good.
there's something we can do to improve your gum health. Would you like to learn more?
Of course.
Great. We can get Perio Protect trays for you today, and once it's done, it'll help with your gum health and your bone loss, and maybe prevent
You're good. That's perfect.
prevent some restorations in the future.
Sounds great.
Now here's the thing. Insurance does not always cover it. But why our patients choose to do it anyway is because it costs just a fraction of those future restorations, bone loss, which could lead to implants not failing, and minimize your time and visits,
As well as save you money
as well as save you money
and peace of mind.
and peace of mind.
And it will give you peace of mind that
And it'll give you peace of mind that you're taking care of your overall health.
keep going.
We have time today to get started. Would you like to get started with your appointment and scanning today?
How long is it going to take?
It'll take about 45 minutes.
Does it take 45 minutes?
It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, that sounds much better.
Good job. Let's give it up for her. Good job. All right, we'll do one more. Your turn.
So, Kristen, I know we talked earlier about how to prevent further bleeding of your gums. Would you be interested in learning more about that?
Yes, I would.
Our office offers what's known as Perio Protect. It's a tray that we give you, and you place a gel inside of it, and you wear that for about 10 minutes a day, 10 to 15 minutes a day. And what that's going to do is improve your overall oral health by reducing that inflammation and further reducing those bleeding points that we talked about, and overall giving you a better sense of
No, you're good. You're good.
sorry.
No, you're great. Keep going. You're good.
Would you like to learn more about Perio Protect today?
Sure would.
Nope. Not yet.
No. Oh, sorry.
You're good. Oh, sorry.
We're all working.
That's right.
Now, here's the thing. Insurance doesn't always cover Perio Protect trays, but here is why our patients choose to do it anyway. There are so many benefits related to Perio Protect, and I'd like to list those for you if you're interested in hearing more.
Absolutely.
We're not going to ask them if they're interested in hearing more because they already gave us permission.
That's true. So, Perio Protect is an investment in your overall health and your oral health. So I know we talked about how you want to keep your
Permission to
crowns-
coach?
Oh. Do I have permission to coach you?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking you that question. All right.
I'm too focused on my patient, I guess.
You're awesome. All right, so let's stick to the 3 benefits, okay? So here's the thing, insurance doesn't cover it, but why our patients choose to do it anyway is number one of them is going to be about time, right? It doesn't take a lot of time. You don't have to wear it for very long. Simple, not a whole lot of wording, it's just real simple, okay? It takes, so that's the time, money, it's a fraction of cost, or it's going to save you we talked about the implant protecting the investment. It's going to protect your investment, which is going to save you money, and it'll give you that peace of mind.
That you're improving your overall prognosis.
All right, I want you to do it. Benefits.
So the benefits of Perio Protect is that it costs just a fraction of
Perio surgery.
It costs just a fraction of perio surgery or an implant. It just takes a few minutes a day. It's an easy add-on to your regular oral routine. It's convenient. You can do it in the car. It takes.
And peace of mind. Not too much.
Okay. I try to sell it, you know. And
You don't have to. The framework sells it.
And it offers. That's true. It offers you good peace of mind that you are taking action towards your oral health.
Okay.
We have time today to get started. Would you like to get started with your scan today?
Sure.
Awesome. Good job. Is there a question? Yes. Yeah, so the how much is the next step. How much does it cost? Absolutely. So the cost is $800 for us to go ahead and get started. And again, what's really great is that this is going to be able to save you the investment on your implants. Now you might be asking, how can I fit this into my budget, right? And so if they're asking that, that's when we go to that second framework that I gave, talking about here's how our patients, and the great thing is we're able to help you and make sure that you can fit this into the budget. That's the good news. Number one, some of our patients are using a credit card. Others we're able to offer where you can pay a little bit over time, or you can even do 2 payments. So we typically at that point, I will do a handoff, okay, and I will say, how much does it cost? Our fee is $800, and the great thing is we have multiple ways to be able to fit this into your budget. Tammy will go over all of those ways because we want to help you, and we want to make sure that we can help you get healthy, and we're going to find a way to make this work for you. And then we send to Tammy, and or we bring Tammy in. If it's a big treatment plan where we're talking about multiple this and that and that and the other, they need to go and talk about the full plan. If this is something we're going to start today, Tammy may be able to just quickly run in and say, this is what we're looking at. The total fee is $800. You're going to need to have $400 to get started today. Is that going to work for you? And they say yes. We say, great, let's do the scan. If they say no, I don't have it, we say not a problem. If we do payments, we're looking at X amount. Are you interested in doing that for payments? They say yes. We say, great, let's go ahead and come to my office. Let's go ahead and get that worked out. And based on your schedule, you still can get started today, right? So depending on the patient financing that you have that you can work with, you can get started today. So I will typically do a handoff, and I'll say, great, what's the fee? It's $800. I don't have a problem with my fees. My fee is my fee. I don't have a problem, right? But it's not worth my time to go and start trying to go through all of the steps because I need to be in the other room doing the teeth. That's why I hired Tammy, right? So, but I have no problem if Tammy's not there, I'm going through everything because I don't have a problem with it. I'm confident in my fees. I know my profit margins. I know how much it costs, and I know I'm healing you. And I know you're going to get way more out of the benefit of what I'm doing for you than the $800. It is what it is. Like I could be charging $5,000 for this. I should be. To be honest with you. Maybe if we charge $5,000, like people would value it more. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, one thing I was going to share is you can't control the verbiage of the patient. They say cost, but our team always talks about investment. And we don't use that term, or we'll use, once we're going to talk about Perio Protect, the time we will use cost is we'll say cost of not using trace therapy is this.
Yes.
But the acquisition of the trace and investment, not cost.
That's a very, very good point. Like, what is it going to cost you if you don't do this? Right? So what is it going to cost you if you don't do this? What it's going to cost you is, number one, your oral health. Like it's going to cost you the fact that you might have a stroke. It's going to cost you the fact that your teeth are very likely going to get longer and the bleeding is going to continue. Right? That's the real cost. Right? Is that kind of what you're thinking? Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, how much is it going to cost you in not learning how to grow your business today or not learning how to do the verbal skills today? Because if you learn how to do it today, you're going to be far better off than if you learn this next year. So the real cost is like not learning and having that knowledge. Okay? Yes. So you're basically saying the exact same thing. You actually use that framework, but in saying there's something that we can do to protect your investment, you're saying there's something that we can do to address what you just stated. So you're just restating what they said, right? So that's how you're doing it. You guys are free to go. Thank you very much. Okay. I think we're good to go. I'm going to shift over to doing marketing because we're going to be finishing up in about 40 minutes, and I want to spend some time, obviously, doing marketing. Was this section on case acceptance helpful for everybody? Yes? Awesome. Good stuff. By the way, for all of the doctors in the group, I would like to invite you. I do have a Facebook group that is called Dental Boss Movement Doctors Group. And inside of that group, we are doing lots of fun challenges and things like that. We actually, about a year ago, did a case acceptance framework challenge where we were having, like I was teaching it, giving worksheets. And so we do lots of fun things in the group. And it's just a Facebook group where we connect, collaborate, and communicate. So this is a QR code for you to get accepted into the Facebook group, and it's just a free group. Team members, if your doctor is not here, feel free to scan it, and then if you're online as well. Is it working? Are you able to open up the QR code? Awesome. So I'd love to invite you guys to join us in a group. We're doing lots of fun stuff in there, and I'm always giving lessons and tips. Okay, cool. So let's talk about the marketing framework. And I'm really excited about marketing. Just to give you a little backstory on marketing, when I started my practice, that second practice I was telling you guys about earlier, I don't need that microphone anymore. I had a lot of debt that was on credit cards. And so I had to figure out how to be able to grow my business. It was a startup. And I said, okay, I need to set some goals. I need to reverse engineer. How can I? Like all of the stuff I talked about. My belief was that I was going to be able to, in 2 years, be able to take a month off vacation. How am I going to do that? How am I going to get the right people? How am I going to have an associate in 2 years so that I can take the vacation? Well, I'm going to need to have patience. Like I'm reverse engineering all of that in my mind. Like I'm coming up with my strategy, right? And so at that time, it was back in like 2010, and that is when Facebook came out, okay? And I was like, oh my God, this is such a great opportunity because now it's, number one, it's very inexpensive. And number two, I can get people to see, like with a camera or lens, what we're doing every single day in our practice to serve our patients hard. How amazing is that? And if they see us serving people hard, then they're going to connect with us, and they're going to want to come in. And what's great about social media as well, Facebook in particular, is that it has the demographic of my ideal patient, which are people who typically are probably around my age, about 45. I'm at the point now that, like, I want to do stuff for myself. And I don't apologize. Like, my kids are a little bit older, and yeah, I want a nice pair of $600 shoes. I'm going to buy it for myself. Couldn't do that 10 years ago. I wasn't in that position, right? And people who are in my age demographic, we're probably on Facebook more than any other platform if we're going to be on social. And so I knew that. I knew that, okay? And so we started to have goals. How can I get 10 patients a month using Facebook? What would I have to do so that people, what would I have to post? How would I have to engage so that people would want to come in? So I set a goal. Let me get 10 patients. And then when I figured out how to do that, I'm like, all right, let me get 20. All right, figure out how to do that. Let me get 30, 40, 50, right? So I just kept reverse engineering, which meant that I kept having to do more to serve my patients hard. Small makeover competitions, like patient testimonials, holding myself accountable to the things I knew I had to do to make sure that it actually happened. And what happened was we ended up having like 55, 60,000 people following my Facebook page. And then we started to get like 100 patients a month from Facebook, which is crazy pants, right? And then eventually what happened is that people found out about it. I had my podcast, and all of a sudden, dentists started to ask me to teach them Facebook. And I was like, well, I don't teach Facebook. I'm just a dentist, and like, this is kind of easy for me. It is what it is. And they were like, no, this is not easy. And so I wound up teaching Facebook marketing. Then I started to understand marketing even more. I joined Russell Brunson's Inner Circle. He is probably and arguably the best marketer alive right now, next to Dan Kennedy, and he just acquired Dan Kennedy's company within the last month. And so I started to understand digital marketing funnels, implant funnels, Invisalign funnels. How do we really grow a business through marketing? And a week or two ago, I received the award from ClickFunnels for generating over $10 million in funnels. And we're doing implant funnels, Invisalign funnels. It's really, really cool. I wound up speaking for ClickFunnels, teaching marketers what I'm going to teach you today, and actually built the framework now for ClickFunnels globally for brick and mortar businesses of how to be able to grow their practices and their businesses, marketing done right by serving people hard without having to spend a lot of money. So that's just a little bit of the credibility of what I've done in marketing to get an idea. This is a framework that I built for ClickFunnels, and so I'm going to be breaking down the strategy for you of how you too can be able to build real connection with people, real rapport, and be able to get more patients who are ready to say yes from the beginning. I love when patients come in and they say, I found you through social media, just like Mr. Chen. Because they know that we serve people hard. They've seen what we do in the community. They see that we're serving hard. And they want us to serve them hard as well. And so we're typically starting off with some Facebook Lives. We're doing giveaways. We're putting up video patient testimonials. We're doing community engagement campaigns. And once we're doing the Facebook Lives or giveaways, we have opportunities to be able to do additional things if we choose to. And it's sending people to quizzes or articles, or we're collecting their emails. We're also looking at how can we do things like monthly newsletters to our patients, where we're sharing all of the awesomeness that we've done in our community in the last month, and what we're going to be doing this month, maybe an article about a particular service. And so once we build this engine out, what happens is that there's a limitless number of patients, and interestingly, most of the doctors that are in our programs, they're spending about $500 a month on marketing, and they're doing it right, and they don't need an agency, and they don't need to spend on Google Ads. They're serving people hard, and they're leveraging tools of social media with the right strategy to actually get the results. And I'm really proud of them. They're doing great stuff. And so when we start looking at marketing in the marketing framework, the first thing we need to do is we need to think every time we're putting effort in, because can we all agree we're kind of busy during the day? Okay? Doctors doing the teeth, they're not doing anything else, they're not ordering supplies, they're not entering numbers in their expenses and profit sheet, the circle of focus sheet, they're doing the teeth. They might be doing the expenses and profit sheet, right? We're answering the phones, the patients at the front desk, we're ordering supplies. Like, we don't have time to be doing a lot of things. So if we're going to do it, let's do the right thing. Okay? Let's do one or two things that give us a lasting effect instead of a lot of things that are not working. And so if we're going to post something on social media, we want to make sure that it's something that will let people know what we're known for, so they can tell other people. And we want to create content, or we want to post things that touches people's hearts, and they want to share it. Because when we do, one person shares it with all of their Facebook friends, that means that hundreds of other people have the ability to see what we're doing as well. And that creates leverage. And we're able to scale and grow faster. We want to do monthly engagement campaigns that show how our practice is serving the community. Right? And it's not really difficult. Right now, we are coming up to Halloween. You could do a candy buyback. Thanksgiving is coming. You can do a gratitude tree, where all of your patients, when they come in, they have a leaf and they write down one thing they're grateful for, starting with the doctor and team doing it, which is great for culture. You put that on your social media. Or maybe you're doing a canned food drive and you connect with a local church. And you donate a turkey and a ham and some milk and some eggs, and you go with your team, you deliver that to a family. What story does that tell? You care about your community. You do a toy drive at Christmas. You go with your team and do a treat for a foster home or for a children's home where kids are living that have no parents. You bring in a bounce-about, pizzas, ice cream cones. You spend time with the kids. You bring your kids. You bring your spouse. You do it as a family event for your team. What does that help with team culture? Put that on social media. First thing we want to do when we connect, why is it that our practices that we help are able to go fee for service? Because we are different. We don't zig, we zag. We focus on serving our community first, and that's the connection. That's why they choose us, because we are different. Our marketing strategies that I teach is not about discounting. We don't have to discount. We don't have to lure you in with a discount. Come in and get $500 off your implant. No, this is how we serve people. Once we serve them and they see us serving them, then now anybody that has liked our posts, shared our posts, those people are now, and this is a marketing strategy, in our targeting audience. So now we can retarget those people with ads to see our implant ad, to take a quiz to see if they're a candidate for an implant, if they choose to, or just give them the direct link to schedule online through our online booking link. That's what we're able to do. Because once we connect and we build up our audiences, then now we can offer the next logical step, is our high-value service offers, our implants, our Invisalign, our cosmetic dentistry. We've got some of our doctors that we've worked with, we've helped them understand how to do that. They're doing Perio Protect webinars for their community, which is really cool, right? Showing you how to set up your Zoom, and right? And now you're having webinars where you can educate your community about how they can improve their oral health, or how they can, oral health during a pandemic, how to take care of your teeth, how to protect your implant investment, how to protect your veneer investment, your crown investment. I love that one. That was great. I'm going to use that forever. Thank you very much. Right? So shareable content, again, is how are we serving our community? What experiences are our patients having? And how is your business different? That's shareable content. Share your practice's story. Upper left is hand and arm massage. Next photo is Saskia showing a patient how their teeth could be changed with trays or with Invisalign. Free dental days. We have kids who come in for field trips. One of my team members loves community service. She's our director of community service. Kids Club, Spirit Day, there we are at a school, really cool. We, the kids in 3rd grade where we are learn how to do filling. They learn about cavities. It's so cool. So we take a model. I have one of my models from back when I was in dental school. You know, we have the models that have like the what is it called again? Dentiform? Yeah, Dentiform. Typodont. Yeah. And we prepped the tooth, and then we made models of it. If I had a 3D printer, it'd be much easier. But we printed like 30 models. We take them to a school, and we have old composite that's expired and Curin lights. And we teach them about cavities, and we teach them about fillings, and they do fillings, and it's hands-on. Really fun. We do that for kids, or we'll do it during Oral Health Month. And we put it on social, okay? A lot of people ask me when they first start our programs, they're like, how can I grow my social media? I'm just getting started. Like, I haven't done this before. And so how do I quickly build followers and, you know, put my business out there? And for me, the biggest thing that we can start with is a smile makeover competition. And there are a lot of times people are doing giveaways, like let me give away a Yeti cooler or Amazon gift card, and that's all great. But wouldn't it be better if we gave away our gift of dentistry? That's where we can really help people, right? And so I see some of our pediatric dentists are doing, giving away a free year of dentistry to a kid in a pedo practice. But we do Project Smile competitions, and we give away a gift of dentistry. And so how it starts is with a Facebook Live. Hi guys, it's Dr. Anissa Holmes. I am so excited to be here. Today, we're going to change someone's life. And if you can do me a huge favor, before we even get started, just in the comments below, go ahead and type in what part of town you're joining me from. I always love to see where everybody's joining us from. So if you can do that right now, that'd be awesome. So again, today we're going to change someone's life. But first, let me just tell you a little bit about our practice and what we're known for. Number one, we're known for delivering an amazing wow experience. When you come into our practice, you're going to have an office tour. You're going to have a warm peppermint scented towel at the end. Your kids, they're going to go to the toy box first. We're known for beautiful, natural-looking dentistry and technology. We're known for impacting the community. And we're known for seeing people most on time. But what we're most proud of is how we serve people hard. And so today, I'm going to be announcing Project Smile, a free smile makeover competition where we're going to be gifting someone a beautiful smile. Now, here's the thing. Some of you have been fortunate enough to be born with a beautiful smile. And others have been fortunate enough to be able to afford dentistry. But we all know a friend, a sister, a cousin, someone that is not as fortunate. So if you can do me a huge favor, there's a share button right now. If you can share this with everybody you know, it just might change someone's life. Now, how you apply is simply to send us an email to transform@jcdssmiles.com. Share your story. We want to hear it. Send us photos. Let us know why we should choose you, and we're going to narrow it down. We're going to read all of them, my team and I, and we're going to choose 3 finalists. You're going to come in for a cleaning, an exam, and then we'll identify our winner. Again, the next step is to go ahead and apply by going to jcdssmiles.com. I look forward to seeing your story. All right, so there's a lot of strategy there, okay? It's just pause. It just might change someone's life. You feel it, right? But the strategy, okay, is when we ask somebody, tell me what part of town you're joining from, you know what happens? Facebook algorithm, the computer, says there's a lot of people making comments on this post. People want to see this. They put it out into more news feeds for free. And when I get emotional and I say, please share this with everybody you know, it just might change someone's life, people share it. People share it. And when people share it to all of their Facebook friends, and then everybody's leaving comments, it goes viral. And then if you learn, and we teach Facebook marketing, how do you boost posts? When you learn how to boost posts effectively, you can now boost this post out to people who live in a particular neighborhood. You can target by street address. You can target by net income in the United States. Right? You can target by zip code. You can target people who have watched your previous videos or people who have commented on your previous post. There's a lot of targeting that can happen, and you boost that out for $100, and what happens is then you have 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 because of this strategy, people who are now watching your video. And now that video audience of people that watch that video, anybody that's watched 3 seconds, 25% of the video, 50% of the video, you've got them forever. Powerful stuff. Okay? Powerful stuff. And the even better about it is how it makes us feel. Remember, we're healers. We're healers. We did this in my practice. I had a patient. She was a teacher, and she was leaving the next week to go to China to teach English. And she came in and she said, "Doc, I still have those baby teeth right there. And when I go to China, these people, I'm worried because the kids are going to tease me. And I've got these baby teeth and it doesn't look good." And she said, "I can't afford the implants. I can't. I'm just finishing school." And I said, "You know what?" I went back to my team and said, "She's going to be one of our," and we typically all three, we normally check all three. And why we have them to send us the photo is because some people are just not a candidate. They may have an open bite. We can have a better idea. And I like to help people who really do have a story, right? That we can help them. I said, "You're going to be one of our winners of Project Smile." We gave her a flipper because we had a week, okay? An acrylic denture that costs nothing to do, okay? Took out the baby teeth. She was so happy. Her husband came back. He called us. He said, I'm a musician. I play the saxophone. Can I come and surprise your team at lunchtime? I want to do a little concert for them. They came, and boy, she looked beautiful. And he's singing, "Oh, you are so beautiful to me." He said, "Boy, you gave my wife back." Powerful. Start off and do a Project Smile. We've had hundreds and hundreds of practices globally that I've led to do Project Smile. Sometimes I have my summits. My next summit's in March in Jamaica. Hopefully you guys will join me at the Delivering Well Summit. At the summit, I say, "How many people have done Project Smile stand up?" All over the world, Australia, all over the place. Powerful stuff. Okay, Tooth Talk Thursdays. And again, you're doing all of this stuff to build up your targeting audiences, right? Powerful. You want to do more Perio Protect? Hold yourself accountable to educating through social media, doing videos. Here's 2 practices here, teaching. Today we're going to talk about ways to prevent gum recession. Today we're going to talk about ways to prevent loosening of the gums. Today, I'm Dr. Anissa Holmes, and before we get started, let me know what part of town you're coming in from. Awesome. Type it in the comments below. Now, today we're going to talk about what happens if periodontal disease goes untreated. Today we're going to talk about how to protect your implant investment. Today we're going to talk about treatment for bad breath. Because people don't know that they have bad breath because they have perio. You want to implement Perio Protect and market it? Commit. Every Thursday for the next 4 weeks, you do a Facebook Live. That's what our practices have done. They made the commitment. And it doesn't have to be the doctor. It could be the hygienist. It could be a team member coming on talking to you about, they may be talking about how do you fit this into your budget? And it's the financial coordinator. It could be the dental assistant. I've had my dental assistants do videos in my practice about when we were committed the first quarter, Q1 was all about Perio Protect. We were doing these videos every week. We were serious about oral hygiene. For that whole quarter, our community heard nothing about, with the exception of oral hygiene, And some of it was scaling and route planning, like everything was about oral health. We were committed, okay? And again, you're making that commitment. Now people that are watching the videos, you can put them out for ads. Continued ads, or at the end of the video say, now if Perio Protect is something that, now that you understand how we can help you, the next step, call to action, is to come into our office so that we can meet you. We'd love to be able to help you. And maybe you offer a free consultation, right? Or maybe you don't. It's up to you, right? The next step is to go ahead and give us a call. This week what we've done is we reserved 3 spots. We've got 3 spots that are opening in our office schedule this week. We're going to give those to you that are watching this video. The first 3 people that call us will be able to give you a consultation and take one of those spots. You can go ahead and call us at whatever number, or you can click the link to go ahead and schedule online. Okay? You can do that without any technology. You don't need to even have funnels. It's really simple, guys. Okay? Giveaways with other businesses. This is another really cool thing that you can do from the very beginning. So we talk about marketing that doesn't cost a lot of money. Project Smile, we're boosting that post for $100. Your weekly videos, I recommend about $50 to boost them. And with the boosting, you will want to learn how to set up Facebook audiences so that when you're boosting them out, they're going out to people who live in specific zip codes. So I'll say, where do all of the people that live that have money? You want to drop a pen and make a Facebook audience of that neighborhood. So now when you're boosting your videos, you literally click on a button and it says Stony Hill or whatever, like the name of the neighborhood, and then it's easy for your team. You set it up one time. So I teach practices how to do this. It takes about an hour in our Facebook program of our program, and you have it done forever, okay? So I wanted to challenge myself, though. How can we have a marketing campaign that doesn't cost anything and build our audiences at the same time, all right? And that's what actually, I think ultimately I'm a strategist of how do you grow businesses more than anything. And so that was like, how can I do that? Let me reverse engineer how I'm going to do that. And like, what if we did something like we were making partnerships with other businesses, strategic alliances, that we can now do additional business with in the future, referrals, cross-referrals. How can I build those relationships, serve those businesses first, help our community, build up our audiences? So I said, this is what we're going to do, guys. This is over Christmas. It can be done anytime. We're going to do a 12-day giveaway, 12 days of Christmas. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a gift, something donated from like 12 different businesses, okay? And I told this to my team, and you guys think I got the gift cards? You think I went out and got the gift cards? Of course I didn't, because I don't do anything in my practice other than say what I want, right? It is what it is. I elevate them to be leaders, and I pay them well, and they love doing their thing, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do this to get 12. So we're going to get a gift certificate, and my thought is from a spa or from a gym or whatever, free, like maybe frames from an eye doctor. And every day we're going to give away something, and on the last day we're going to have a grand prize, and we're going to give away like a $1,000 gift card to our practice, or $500 or whatever you want. And during the week we can give like a bonus prize, like a cleaning or whitening or whatever, okay? So how it's going to work is every day we're going to post on Facebook and Instagram what the prize is. And in order to enter to win, this is no ads. You're going to type in the word of the day. So you have to come back every day to get the word of the day so that you can enter for that day. And we do it on Facebook, we do it on Instagram, and every day we just flip-flop where we choose our winner from. And we'll just have a team member pull. It's going to be the 8th comment or the 20th comment or whatever, okay? So we did that. And no boosting, no ads, okay? No ads. Just do it like that. Because when the comments come in, so we said, in order to win, we'd like for you to share, but in order to win, comment the word of the day. Well, we had like 97, 100 shares every day for 12 days. Okay, 100 people, 90 people shared it. Every day for 100 days, for 12 days, our Facebook page got shared. Okay. This is one of our doctors who takes action, okay? That's the doctor that did the videos for Perio Protect. Same doctor. She built up her audiences by doing her weekly videos, okay, for Perio Protect and other things as well. And she did her giveaway, she did it in the summer. Sometimes I'll do challenges, I'll do boot camps and stuff for free, for fun. And we sometimes do challenges. She did our challenge, and we did it in summer. And so don't wish, and then I give them like the words to post on social media, so she did that. Look at this, 290 shares, 22,000 views, 369 comments. And that was in 6 days after she posted it. No ads. That's crazy banana pants, right? And then she said 2 new patients every single day this week, all from Facebook. One was a $30,000 case that I closed today. Wow. True. I mean, like, it was insane, right? So definitely we want to look at doing community engagement campaigns. And again, this one here is really cool. After we did the 12-day giveaway, we did a clothing drive, and we said, Christmas is over, you probably have toys and gifts. Sorry, you probably have clothes that you don't need anymore because you probably got new clothes. We'll take them. They came to our office, donated the clothes, and we donated them to Missionaries of the Poor charity. And we said, please provide the clothes, and we will give you a gift card. We'll enter to win a gift card to our practice. And in 9 days, it was shared 83 times. We had 732 people liked it. We spent $78. We had so many bags, and when they came in, they were people that weren't our patients, and we're able to give them a tour, and they became patients. It's really cool, okay? Next month, we had the brothers come in to pick up the things, and we're like, you want to come and have a free day of dentistry? We can treat the brothers? They're like, sure. So we had a free dental day, and we treated the brothers. This is why we don't have to spend on marketing. Yes, it's a little work, but it's good work. It's work that works. Okay? Feature the doctor and team on a post. That's really good. Show that you invest in your training. I would love for you guys to take photos while you're here. Maybe take a picture right now while I'm here on stage. I'm waiting. All right? Tag me on social media, Dental Boss Academy on Instagram, right? Tag me. Tag your practice. Post it on social media. This is a big deal. You're learning together. Show that you invest in your training. Support local charities. Every quarter, you can give away a little money to support a different charity in your practice. Take a photo of giving away the check and put that all over your practice. Perio Protect webinars. You can do webinars where you are doing a Zoom to help people in your community learn about Perio Protect. And at the end of it, you can give them an offer, right? For anybody that calls by the end of the week, we will, in addition to giving you your Perio Protect trays, you'll also get free whitening or whatever, I don't know. Do a value add instead of a discount. Give them 2 tubes of whitening gel, I don't know. Or offer them a free exam. Everybody that comes in this week, in addition to getting your Perio Protect trays, we're going to give you a full exam to see everything else that's going on, including an oral cancer screening. Well, this is what you're doing anyway, right? Have fun. Another campaign that we love to help practices with is doing challenges, like a 30-day floss challenge, which is really cool. This all incorporates in with your Perio Protect. Okay? So a 30 floss challenge, people commit to flossing every single day for 30 days. You give them out the form, this little template, and they sign it that they commit, and they take it home and put it on their mirror. They tape it to their mirror every day, and it reminds them. And you can put up little flyers and just let people know you're committed to oral health. You might wonder how you can keep up with all of this stuff. Creating a marketing calendar is great, and that way you can just go in and start thinking about how you're getting your patients to market for you. saying this month we're going to do gratitude tree, this month we're going to do, right? Just make a plan, and that way you can plan ahead of time, give it to a member of your team, and they can execute. If they need help with implementation, that's what I do. We give all of the content, we have marketing calls, we help them. Make it easy. So you always want to ask, how are you getting your community to market for you? How are you and your team getting referrals? And then you can plan it. We have in our platform for Dental Boss Academy campaigns that are already made with images, social media images, email words that you'll send out to your patients, and we help with calls to help you execute. There's one of our doctors doing a clothing drive. It's really cool. This is like serve hard, guys, with your marketing. It works. That's why we have now over 100 patients, and we really don't have to spend much on Facebook ads. It's really great. And the next logical step is, if you choose to, is putting in automation and continuing to market to people if they've not said yes right away. And you can do things like send people to a survey. This is using a funnel. And we do provide funnels that are already built out within our program. So, do your gums bleed? Yes. You can ask different questions. How long have they bled? Different things like that. And at the end of it, or you can send articles. Click here to get the answer to your quiz. Now we have their email. And now that we have their email, we continue to send them emails for the next 6 days talking about our practice, talking about the service, and having an online scheduling link for them to schedule in. And after they complete the quiz, they're taken to a page where they can schedule online as well. So that's a digital marketing funnel, and it allows us to continue to market to people. But I've given you a lot of examples today that even if you don't have a funnel, you're able to get people in. Man, we finished right on time. This is awesome. So many of you might be asking, like, how can I get more help? I love the things that I've learned today. I love to do free challenges and free boot camps to be able to just serve our community harder and doctors harder. And so we will be doing the first week of November, November 1st through 4th, a business acceleration boot camp. It's completely free. So this is intended for doctors. We're going to be on Zoom calls. We're going to be getting real. We're going to be getting vulnerable. And a lot of the things that I taught today, we're going to just take a little bit more time. And we'll be able to do Q&As because it's over Zoom, like a workshop style. I typically do the boot camps twice a year. And I typically charge for them about $5,000. And it's 8 sessions over 4 months. This time we're going to do an intense one. So we're going to cover everything in 1 week. And what we're doing is really helping you to end this year well. That's a QR code for you to get access to the boot camp, and we'll be talking about a little bit more about the things that we've done. We'll be giving you templates, so a lot of the things that we've done, you'll be able to get that. In closing, oh man, I didn't put the sound in there. This is me in Africa. Oh man, that's our school, our classrooms. Oh, the sound. Oh, I hear it too. You can see it, what's most important. Our why drives us. And the more money we make, the bigger impact we can make. Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.